I actually think that we have capacity to spare right now. Um, and I also think it's going to be smaller. I mean, this reminds me. Remember a couple years ago when you guys kept writing articles about we were going to start paying student loans and it was going to crash the economy. This reminds me of that. This doesn't seem this doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But I will say that the capacity piece does matter, and the almost to me, Thomas, the more interesting split in terms of where we're seeing things, even more than upstream and downstream, is our large and small respondents. We've been talking all year when I've come on the show about how the smaller respondents have really sort of carried the cost of tariffs all through the year because the smaller respondents, you got to think they don't have a ton of cash on hand. And so you sort of had the devil, which is storage costs of extra inventory, or the devil you don't know, which is what are these tariffs going to be? Smaller respondents, much more than our larger ones, went with the devil they know. Okay. The larger ones were willing to dance a little bit, but the smaller ones went with the devil they know. And so if we look at inventories right now for our small respondents, it's at 61.7. Our large ones are at 48. That tells you that the large ones, who are more retailers, but not all retailers, are still having their smaller partners basically hold on to inventories. And we know they're holding it because when we look at transportation capacity, like we were just talking about, for the smaller respondents, capacity is 58.7. That's the highest transportation capacity number we've seen in 2 years, probably since probably early 2024, maybe like January 24.